I always get the ick where people will like go through a course and then they just start teaching about the course.
Yeah, I feel like money is tied really closely to someone's mental health, their well-being, their self-confidence. Like, it's not just about
Africa has the stigma of running scams, and you know, some of my African brothers really.
Hi, I'm Kay.
Hi, I'm Femke.
And we're the founders of Elevate X.
Elevate X is an education company that teaches you high-paying, in-demand skills to get international clients and earn US dollars.
Yeah. So, as some of you might know, I created a course called the Booked and Busy Bootcamp. But in case you don't know, in July of 2022, I launched a bootcamp called the Level 1 Bootcamp, introducing the idea of learning digital skills and landing international clients. That course has been taken by over 8,000 people till this day. So this made me realize there's really a demand. So then I went ahead to launch a paid program called Booked and Busy Level 2, where I mentored people one-on-one this year in 2023, helping them land international clients. This course was taken by about 266 people.
That's amazing.
And I was mentoring them one-on-one. It was very intense, and it just made me realize the demand for this. But I also realized that, like, helping people one-on-one, 100 people, 200 people, there's so many people that need this career, that want us to teach them other skills, like being a virtual assistant, or you know, so many skills that are available, learning paid ads. And that is not something that's going to happen if I'm just one-on-one helping all of these people. I want to help as many people as possible. So many of my students have landed international clients. I did upload a testimonial, a video of some of my students sharing their success, and I've just seen how transformative it is. And I don't want it to just serve a small group of people just because it's limited by my capacity as one person. And so I've partnered up with this beautiful lady over here. Hi. Yes, and she's gonna tell you a little bit more about our partnership and what this means for Elevate X.
So let me give you a bit of background from my position, and then we can start talking about why we partnered up. So I am in the e-commerce agency space, and I've been working with 7-figure e-commerce brands in the States, and that
for several years, being a big bang. We don't want to say too many numbers, but
I have a YouTube channel where you can go look at my interview with my mentor, and that's essentially how I met Kay. We were in the same space. We were the only two females, black females, South Africans,
really killing it with international clients, right? Because there's a lot of people who do digital marketing, but a lot of them are working with South African brands, South African businesses. So we both have experience with international clients, but for me it was more like as a freelancer, where she was an agency hiring freelancers at a much bigger level. So I was so excited to get to know her and like learn a lot from her about the space, because she's been doing it for several years and has made a big impact.
And that's how I met Kay, and I saw what she was doing online, and I thought that was really, really interesting. And she was so convinced on starting an agency, and I was like, sis, you literally had over 8,000 people take your course. Clearly there's a big issue here. And for me, I thought everyone knew this is, can I be honest with you? I thought everyone knew that this is the thing. Like, we all have, I mean, the internet has democratized education, so we all have access to the same information. But seeing what Kay was doing and seeing like, wow, there's so many people going through this problem, that there's something big here, and we solve this big problem
on a much larger scale, right? Than just like one online course here, one online course there. We really wanted to have an education company where it's many courses, many instructors, a legit company that can serve many of you on a very large scale.
With people actually who are in the trenches, like ourselves, right?
So my big problem was, I don't like when people teach courses and they don't have first-hand experience. So for me, I've been in the trenches with clients. I've dealt with things. I was a freelancer, like it wasn't theoretical for me. And so I want to bring on people that have actual lived experience, actual practitioners in various types of industries and various types of stuff, and package that all together and just offer it to you in a very affordable price.
I always get the ick where people will like go through a course and then they just start teaching about the course, or haven't even had a client.
Or listen, they have a client and they've been doing it for 3 months, and then they launch a course. No, you have to do this for years. You have to have deep knowledge about the industry. So my problem was the fact that I only have my experience of the course that I've taught, a social media management course, which is just a very good course because of my lived experience, because I've taught so many people,
and the results speak for themselves. I mean,
but now we need to take that mission has to be a lot bigger. We have to teach other different types of courses. We have to help way more people. So partnership just made so much sense for us.
And that's essentially how we learned. We didn't just, I mean, you're capped at if you're just doing one thing, but if you learn so many skills, and that's how we want to teach. We essentially wanted to teach how we also came up in the online space, because the truth of it is, when you're starting out, you're only charging $50 to like clients doing transcription, VA, all of that, or some Amazon person selling Kindle books. And the truth of it is, to really make a good amount of money, you need to substack your skills. So you need to learn about all these different things, and that's how we essentially wanted to structure it. And yeah, take somebody from the beginner on the outside who doesn't know anything to say, hey, we know the ropes, this is how you're gonna do it, and this is how you're gonna make much bigger money, or a lot more, much bigger money, much bigger money, but yeah, a lot more money, essentially. And we can show you all the shortcuts, not the shortcuts, but all the loopholes, all the loopholes, and bridge that gap where you don't have to go through the obstacles yourself, go through the painful experiences that we went through. We had to learn the hard way, essentially. So we're just giving it to you on a silver platter. And
tell me, what excites you about helping the youth and helping people when it comes to making money and jobs? Like, what is it that really lights you up about that concept?
I think just hearing people's feedback and saying like, oh, you know, I was able to, with this job, help my mom put groceries on the table. I think that is what really excites me, because I know what it's like to be in that situation where you don't have any money, and being able to go home and give money to your mom, seeing the look on her face, or, you know, even if it's not in prison because my mom's not here, being able to send her money, and it just makes you a lot more confident. It feels like you're doing something right in life, and I know what that feels like. And seeing someone or hearing someone say that I was able to do that, like, really excites me. Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, I feel like money is tied really closely to someone's mental health, their well-being, their self-confidence. Like, it's not just about like, I need to buy groceries, I need clothes. There's so many psychological factors that go into it. People are living in toxic households where if they just had the money to move out, like that is someone's dream. It's just, I just want to move out of home. And those are the people I'm really focused on. I'm not focused on someone who's trying to make like millions of rands overnight. I'm focused on the person that just wants to be able to have the dignity to buy their own data and airtime and sanitary things as a girl. Like, to just take care of yourself without having to over rely on everyone else to help you. So that's the person that really calls my heart.
Yeah. Or even like a toxic relationship.
Oh my
where
God,
you're not able to leave. And being able to say like, hey, I'm leaving and I'm gonna go find myself another place. I don't need to be in this situation. I was in that situation, so I know what it feels like. Yeah.
So it's really empowering. I visited her at a cute new place. Her apartment is so gorgeous, and I'm like, you did that. And I think that's really empowering as a woman, to be able to have your own space. Like, you have this giant apartment, very fancy, and like, you did that, and you didn't need anyone. You didn't need anyone's help, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah. And there's nothing wrong with needing anyone.
Yeah.
But doing that all by yourself, I think it's incredible.
Oh no. My son just walked in. Oopsie. We have faced a lot of challenges trying to record this video for you guys. So
yeah, it's not easy. But
tech challenges, like all the things.
So the reason why Kay and I feel really passionate and really why this is important is not only because we've been in the situation, but also because we see a lot of women and a lot of people in South Africa dealing with the situation. So it's very important for us to tackle this problem, and because it's very close to heart, we feel like we are very equipped to tackle the situation because of our experience and because we have experience doing it. We came together and we're like, why don't we solve this problem? We know exactly how to solve it, how to go about it, and
Yeah, and I feel like for me, right, I was working on this on my own, all alone, training all of these people. I have this big mission of where this company can go, but I don't have all the tools. I don't have all the information and all the knowledge that I need to bring it to life. So in partnering with her, I just feel like this big ass mission that we now have, like a joint mission where she sees things further ahead than I do. Like, now this mission can actually come to life. It's not just a dream, it's a possibility that we can help people on a very large scale, not just like me coaching people one-on-one, but we can actually build a company, an education company that's really going to change how we learn and how we make money in South Africa.
Yeah, and we feel like education is the biggest gap. We all have degrees and all of that, but it's not just about the technical education, but also the mental gap. I know a lot of Africans feel like, okay, I can't really I can't do this. I'm seeing I'm competing with people from India, from Pakistan, from Russia, or at least in the work that we're doing. And I know at least I've faced a lot of those barriers, those mental barriers where you think you're not good enough. So it's not only about the technical information, the 1 + 1 is 2. It's also about, can I do this? I don't know if I believe in myself. The self-doubt, the self-talk, the negative self-talk. So yeah, addressing all of that is really important for us also.
Yeah, I remember when I first came across the idea of working for international clients, I thought there's no way I could. Me with my black skin, my South African accent, how am I going to really work with these international clients? Like, I thought that's not possible. That dream belongs to other people and I'm not allowed to have that dream. And you actually really inspired me. You spoke about this, like overcoming that, because you started working with international clients years ago. And how did you break that barrier for yourself, being an African and then having to engage with people from other countries?
I went through a lot of mental training, and I went through a course actually through this guy called Sam Ovens, and his course is mainly focused on mental training. And I think you agree as well. Knowing the technical stuff, the bricks and the bones is very, very important, but what's in your mind is way more important. When you wake up and you're like, I don't feel like doing this, well, really what's happening is that you don't feel like you do it. You don't feel like you deserve it. You don't see it happening for yourself. So I had to break all those mental barriers. I'm a woman. I am African. I am, I have these braids on. I don't have like slick white hair when I'm going on a call. And I'm not even there. So when I'm going on calls with these people and they ask me where I'm from, I would sort of pause and be like, should I tell this person where I'm from? Because it's like Africa has this stigma of running scams, and some of my African brothers really have given us this weird reputation as well, and so I felt a lot of pressure.
It's either that or they think we're Africans, we're in the villages, and we're with the lions. There's just, it's either the scams, the internet scams, or in the villages. They don't have a positive connotation yet about us.
Or they feel like this is like a third world. Can they really bring quality work?
But have you found that to be true? Because I feel like that was some of my misconceptions, that these people think like this. But when I started engaging with them, that was not really the case.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Those are my fears.
Yeah.
But when I started engaging with them, it was not like that at all. I've been way more respected by my international American clients than like my South African toxic bosses and employers. Like,
I found the experience to be the complete opposite, which is why I say like it's mental barriers, it's walls that we have in our mind, when in actual fact the reality is not there. And sometimes I would get on call with female founders and they're like, wow, I'm so glad it's a black woman, it's a female. And I found the opposite to be true. And
so I think we're a great duo because we've been there, done that. We faced the fears. It's not like we were born super confident. We had those fears. I let it stop me for a long time. We've overcome it, and now we're gonna help you overcome it and then make tons of money.
Yeah.
You know how I feel? I feel like right now, if you want to participate in the digital revolution, you see that people are making money online, offering their skills or whatever. There's no blueprint though. So I feel like if you want to learn and participate, you have to piece together this YouTube video, this Udemy course, and sort of hustle and figure it out on your own. And there's no need to do that if other people have done it. They've walked the journey, they've dealt with all the pitfalls, they've trained hundreds of other students and solved their problems and helped hundreds of other people get clients. But there's no need for you to have to do this thing trial and error, learn on your own, right? What you need is a blueprint. You need a plan. You need a plan that's been tested. So I think for me it would have been such a game changer and would have saved me so much time. I would be so much more richer and further ahead had someone just showed me step by step, someone who's actually done it, succeeded in it, told me what to look out for, told me what the red flags are. And offered me a variety of choices. I don't just want to have the option of one course or two courses. I want to choose what resonates with me, what I think I would excel at. So having that buffet, right, and it's a blueprint, and I'm just so excited about this.
Yeah, same here. And I think what Kay is saying is very, very important, having that variety. And I think you'll agree also that when you come into the online space and you want to build a career, stacking up skills is so, so important. You can't just come here and say, okay, I'm gonna learn being a VA, video editing
on its own, that's your only skill is video editing. It's a good skill to have, but on its own you can only make a certain amount of money. But if you're gonna pair video editing with email marketing, and what else?
So, yeah, email marketing, ads, content creation, all of that. And once you get on calls with a client and say, oh, okay, you have this problem. Now let's think of the wider picture. How does this ecosystem communicate together with the content and the ads and the email and all of that? If you're able to show them and demonstrate that you not only know one aspect of the business, but so many various aspects of the system when it's flowing, they're like, wow, okay, I want to work with this person.
And I'll
they
pay
know
you
what
a
they
lot,
talk.
right?
Yeah, they know what they're talking about. You're able to show your competence, you have authority. Yeah, so I think it's a win-win, and that's why specifically also we wanted to create all of these courses. So not only do you have variety in saying like, oh, I have an inclination for the technical bits or creating ads, and I'm an analytical person, but also you're able to get on calls and Substack and showcase that you have Facebook advertising knowledge, but you also have the knowledge of the conversion rate, the landing page, the copy, the back end and the front end. So yeah.
That's how you become highly paid, because it's true that being a freelancer is not fun, right? Some people get stuck in the feast or famine cycle.
Yeah.
You have this client here, you have that client here.
feast or
But if you
famine.
stack your skills, you become so invaluable to your clients that they can't dream of letting you go. Because if they fire you, now they have to hire 4 people because of just the level of
same
knowledge
skill.
you were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get highly paid and you're able to retain your clients for much longer because you're helping them with so many aspects of their business.
Yeah. And even if, let's say you do this for the next 3-5 years, these are skills that you can create your own product with. You can create your own business with. So yeah, not just thinking of the short term, but if you learn different aspects of running a business, you can have your own business and you'll be able to say, okay, I know the email aspect of it, the online, the ads, because this is the world that we're living in now. There's no way you're able to get customers if you're just this spaza shop in the middle of nowhere without being able to, communicate with people online. So I truly, truly believe that it is going to be a game changer, especially with the substacking of skills.
My concern and my other reason for creating this is some of that knowledge is there, but it's gate kept behind some very expensive courses, right? From these American
In
coaches,
USD.
USD,
Yeah.
thousands of dollars. For them, they see $2,000 as an entry-level cheap program. That's a lot of money, okay? That's like tuition for 1 year at a university, right? But for them, it's seen as cheap. So it was also important for me for this education to offer the same value or even more, honestly, but make it affordable.
Yeah.
Right? Make it affordable for people, make it accessible.
Yeah, that's exactly how we felt starting up.
I
We
couldn't
wanted-
afford those courses. Not
Me
at
too.
all, yeah.
Yeah. Unless you work up for 3 years, 2 years, get a client that pays you that much, or if you're working through an agency, and if you're lucky, they'll give you access to courses like that. If you get like access to some boss that actually wants you to upskill and wants you to do better, which is also really rare to find.
So to have this access to this information affordably now at the beginning of your career, oh my god, I'm so excited for you guys, because I really, really, really have a passion for helping people, but also not just helping you to make you feel good, to actually make transformation. The messages that I get when people tell me they landed their first client, how their life has changed. Oh my god, yes. And it's not just reserved for certain people from certain backgrounds. The only thing that you need is the drive and the will to learn. If you are just relentless, like I will learn this, I will figure this out, even if it takes me longer, because not all of us are really, some of us catch on concepts really quickly, but some people take a bit longer. But at the end of the day, as long as you have this relentless drive and you're convinced that nothing is going to stop you from learning this thing, then
You'll go even further, I believe. Yeah, well said. Having the best attitude and having that drive, like Kay said, you'll even go further than someone who catches on the first win, you get the first client, you're still struggling, you're still you're in month 7 or month 6, but you still have that will. You know that you have the drive to go even further because you have way more energy. They're just relying on, okay, I got this quickly. It's like that good girl syndrome. You do well in school, and then once you leave school, it's like, everybody told me I was good. Now what? Like, whereas the person who was told all their life, like, you can't do this, those people go even further. Yeah.
So I think that a lot of things that makes people really insecure about doing this and getting into this game is you feel like you're not smart enough. And I don't think this industry is about being smart enough.
Not at all.
If you take the right courses that have the right information that's laid out for you, all that's required from you is to put in the effort and the work. I'm not saying this is easy. I'm not trying to sell a dream that this is easy. But you don't need to be a genius. You just need to be someone that's really relentless in your pursuit of knowledge and information. And I find that people who have that kind of attitude tend to outlast the smarty pants and the smartest people in the world.
I truly believe that as well. Yeah, I see so much of that in real life when you're working with people or even freelancers that, you know, I'm hiring. The one that has the best attitude and say, I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to, you know, put my head in, you know, the mud or whatever and learn. Even if it takes me 3 months to get this concept, they go even further because they have and it's like you're high on coffee your whole life. Whereas the other person is just drinking water and thinking, you know, okay, I'm gonna go because I got this quicker.
So, I mean, this is just the first video announcing our partnership. You're going to be seeing lots of both of us on each other's pages, right? I'll leave all the links for everything that you need to know. But yeah, this is the first of many videos.
First of many.
Thank you so much for joining me. Anything you want to say to them in closing?
Yeah, don't give up on yourself. I know that some of you may be going through a really, really tough time. You're unemployed. You don't know where your next 100 rand's gonna come from, but there is hope. And I know we've both gone through that situation. I don't want you to give up, and yeah, hopefully keep watching, and we're gonna give out some really cool, valuable stuff, and genuinely valuable, not just using it as a buzzword, but we hopefully want to make a big and we're going to actually, yeah, and don't give up.
So on that note, we leave it to you guys. Let us know in the comments down below which course you are looking forward to us offering in Elevate X. We want to see what's most in demand, what you're excited about. We have a roadmap already, but it would be nice to see which courses you guys are most interested in when it comes to like digital education, digital marketing, the digital revolution. And then
what skills you're excited to learn, what you're excited about. And I mean, we have a pool to the experts, and there's things that you want to learn, we can just bridge the gap and make it happen really quicker. Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.
Bye.
My man says that I have this YouTuber voice. Hi guys, so welcome back.
You do.
Guys, I'm here with my new business partner.
Hi guys. Yeah, I thought that was good.